Welcome from Cal State San Bernardino. I'm going to read to you a story called The Saggy Baggy Elephant by Catherine and Byron Jackson, illustrated by Gustav Tengren. A happy little elephant was dancing through the jungle. He thought he was dancing beautifully. 1, 2, 3, kick. But whenever he went 1, 2, 3, kick, his big feet pounded so they shook the whole jungle. And whenever he went kick, he kicked over a tree or a bush. The little elephant danced along, leaving wreckage behind him until one day he met a parrot. "Why are you shaking the jungle all to pieces?" cried the parrot, who had never once seen an elephant before. "What kind of animal are you?" The little elephant said, "I don't know what kind of animal I am. I live all alone in the jungle. I dance and I kick and I call myself Suki. It's a good sounding name and it fits me, don't you think?" "Well, maybe," answered the parrot. "But if it does, it's the only thing that does fit you. Your ears are way too big and your nose is much too big for you. And your skin is much, much too big for you. It's baggy and saggy. You should call yourself Saggy Baggy." Suki sighed. His pants did look pretty wrinkled. "I'd be glad to improve myself," he said, "but I don't know how to go about it. What shall I do?" "I can't tell you. I never saw anything like you in my life," replied the parrot. The little elephant tried to smooth out his skin. He rubbed it with his trunk, but that didn't do any good. He pulled up his pant legs, but they fell right back into dozens of wrinkles. It was very disappointing, and the parrot's saucy laugh didn't help a bit. Just then, a tiger came walking along. He was a beautiful, sleek tiger. His skin fits him like a glove. See the tiger? And that's Suki. Suki rushed up to him and said, "Tiger, please tell me why your skin fits so well. The parrot says mine is all baggy and saggy, and I do want to make it fit like yours fits you." The tiger didn't care about what his troubles were, but he did feel flattered and important. And he did feel just a little bit hungry. "My skin always did fit," said the tiger. "Maybe it's because I do a lot of exercise. But," added the tiger, "if you don't care for exercise, I'd be delighted to nibble a few of those extra pounds of skin off of you." "Oh, no, thank you. No, thank you," cried Suki. "I love exercise. Just watch me." And Suki ran until he was well beyond the tiger's reach. Then he did somersaults and rolled on his back. He walked on his hind legs and he walked on his front legs. When Suki wandered down to the river to get a big drink of water, he met the parrot. The parrot laughed harder than ever. "I tried exercising," sighed the little elephant. "Now what do I do?" The parrot said, "Well, soak in the water the way a crocodile does, and maybe your skin will shrink." So Suki tramped down straight into the water. But before he soaked nearly long enough to shrink his skin, a great big crocodile came swimming up, snapping his fierce jaws and looking greedily at Suki's tender ears. The little elephant clambered up the bank and ran away, feeling very discouraged. "I'd better hide in a dark place where my bags and sags and creases and wrinkles won't show," he said. By and by, he found a dark, deep cave, and with a heavy sigh, he tramped in and sat down. Suddenly, he heard a fierce growling and grumbling and snarling. He peeped outside the cave and saw a lion padding down the path. "I am hungry," said the lion. "I haven't had a thing to eat today. Not a thing except a thin, bony antelope, and a puny monkey, and a buffalo, and 2 turtles. But you just can't count the turtles because their saucers are just so big. I'm hungry. I could eat an elephant. And he began to pad straight toward the dark cave where the little elephant was hidden. Ah, this is the enemy. Sags, bags, wrinkles, and creases, thought Suki. And he let out one last trumpeting bellow. And just as he did, the jungle was filled with a terrible crashing and an awful stomping. A whole herd of great gray, wrinkled elephants came charging up. And the big, hungry lion jumped up in the air, turned around, and ran away as fast as he could. Suki peered out of the cave, and all of the big elephants smiled at him. Suki thought they were the most beautiful creatures he had ever seen. I wish I looked just like you, he said. You do, grinned the big elephants. You are a perfectly dandy little elephant. And that made Suki so happy that he began to dance 1, 2, 3, kick through the jungle with all of those big, brave, friendly elephants behind him. And the saucy parrot watched them dance, but this time he didn't laugh, not even to himself. And there the elephants go. Thank you, everyone.